The following is a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and more in southwestern Connecticut.
Then there were two remaining undefeated teams in the FCIAC, and wouldn't you know it, they get to meet on our HAN Network Game of the Week here at Zioli Fieldhouse on the campus of Wilton High School. Good evening, everyone. I'm Frank Renito, standing alongside Kevin Coleman. As we get ready for the game, we've been counting down to now with the Fairfield Warde Mustangs and the Wilton Warriors getting ready to square off. Kev, as if there wasn't enough hype and anticipation for this game, look back to what these teams did last year. Oh, just two matchups that went to overtime, a playoff game that went to double overtime, and right back in the thick of it now in the two hottest teams in the conference.
You're talking about two hottest teams in the conference. You're looking at them tonight, Frank. This is such a good matchup, and I think, for basketball fans around this area of Connecticut, they get a treat tonight. Two excellent teams. Not only are they quick, they're smart, and they're disciplined, Frank. This is very good basketball that is going to be played on the court tonight.
And it's really the modern-day basketball. We were joking with Scott Erickson earlier on our Nutmeg Sports Show today, saying, well, the over-under is going to be 13 three-pointers. What do you think? Everyone seems to like the over, and that's the game a lot of people want to see. That's why we expect to see so many students showing up tonight for what should be a raucous environment here in Zioli.
Listen, this field house, not only is it big, but it gets loud, Frank. It plays a factor. Being able to play here, the fans, it feels like they're on top of you. So if you're Fairfield Warde, keep that in mind. Don't let the fans be a factor tonight. They will be on top of you. And for the Wilton Warriors, really is an advantage for them. This is a great place to have your home field advantage, Frank. It is an amazing atmosphere tonight. For fans that come here, they're going to see how fun it is to actually come watch a basketball game here at this field house.
And it should be what makes those first few minutes really exciting, seeing if Wilton can bring that crowd to life right away. Let's talk about the Fairfield Warde Mustangs first. They're 9-0 overall, 5-0 in the conference. And it's really Giacomo Brancato, the straw that stirs that drink. He leads a high-powered offense, averaging over 78 points per game this season.
Yeah, you talk about his performance this season. He's only 23 points away from the 1,000 club. Talk about that feat. He's an amazing player. We're going to see him tonight. And for Fairfield Warde, I got 3 S's for you, Frank. Smart, speed, and you talk about this team. It's just they're so strong. And those are the 3 S's for me. They're strong, smart, and they have the speed for it. You're going to see it all tonight up and down the court.
We spoke with Coach Joel Gariak of the Wilton Warriors yesterday on Nutmeg Sports, and really the message that gets preached around this league right now is the depth of the Wilton Warriors. They can almost go 2 platoon with a full 5, able to come off the bench and score just as well as those starting 5.
They really have 12 guys on this bench who really can play on this team and make a factor. There's not many teams. This is a coach's dream to have 12 guys on your team. You only have 5 on the court, but you definitely have the depth. If you're Wilton, it's a coach's dream to have that. And you talk about, again, this is going to be an amazing game tonight. They're both these teams. But actually, Frank, quickly, St. Joseph's is the one team that really gave these two teams trouble this season. Wilton winning by 1 point, and then you had Fairfield Warde winning 55-49. So it is interesting. It was something that stood out to me that St. Joe's has given these two teams a little bit of a tough time.
It's a great observation. There are a couple of common opponents between these two teams we'll talk about in a little bit, but the St. Joe's Cadets really giving both these teams trouble early in the year, and that the only game either of these teams had trouble in. Kev, let's step aside here shortly on our pregame show. When we get back, you're going to be joined by one of the Fairfield Mustang captains. All that coming up right after this on the HAN Network's pregame show with our Game of the Week featuring Fairfield Warde and the Wilton Warriors. Back on the HAN network, and Kevin, quickly, we apologize to our viewers at home, momentarily losing our stream there. Working on an unstable network tonight off of a Wi-Fi. If you do lose the feed, please understand we will be back momentarily as we get set for the tip-off here. And let's welcome in the third member of our team now as we go across court to Chris Kutzo to start this one off.
What's up, everybody? I'm ready for some Warde and Wilton basketball. It is going to be crazy here. And I haven't seen a student section this raucous since the Class S championship just a few short years ago, Trinity Catholic and Woodstock Academy.
Thank you, Chris. And right away, Kevin, what we expected, the threes are flying.
Parsons with a nice lefty three-pointer there to silence the student section. Nice early start.
3-0 start for the Mustangs, and turned over quickly here by the Warriors. Good job by Connolly in transition. He leads the Warriors in steals with 2.8 per game. And Kev, early on here is Brancato up to the rack, gets his first 2 points of the night, now 21 away from 1,000. How important is it for Warde to get off to the start that we're seeing right now and keep this crowd at bay early on?
So important. This is what they've been trying to game. This is their game plan all game long, Frank. They need to start this way, keep it going. And a three like this can get it back.
Ambitious shot there from Cronenberg, well behind the arc. We expect to see several of those tonight, though, as Brancato going to spot up at the other end. No good. And the rebound picked up there by John Williams. Let's quickly take you through the starting lineups for both teams. Starting with the Warriors, Matt Cronenberg, Kyle Schifrin, John Williams, Andrew Connolly, and Jack Wood will be the 5 on the floor for Coach Gariak. For the Mustangs, it will be J.J. Conway, Antonio Brancato, Sean Conway, Giacomo Brancato, and Marcel Parsons. And let's quickly just talk about, this is a different floor than you're used to seeing in the FCIAC, not that traditional hardwood. But nonetheless, we're going to play varsity basketball on it tonight. Kevin, you've played here before. Tell us your impression of it.
It's slippery. You have to be able to, you're going to slip. That's something that it's going to happen. It's inevitable. You're going to slip tonight if you're a player. Get some good traction. I know they have the right by the score table. You can stomp on that sheet, get some good traction on your feet there, but it's a different service. It's something that Wilton can use to their advantage. I think a lot of teams come in here thinking that it's no problem, but it can be a factor there, Frank.
6:30 remaining in the first. It is a 5-0 lead to start this one for the Mustangs. You see, nice move there, and now kicked outside. Open three this time, and it's good again, 8-0, as Conway knocks down the bucket.
You see that, Frank. Parsons pump faked his three. He's a good three-point shooter. Defense bites. He drives the lane, kicks it back out. Nice play there.
Cronenberg trying to go inside, and he draws the foul. And very important right now, if you're Wilton, as much as you rely on them, you do not need a three-pointer this possession. More important to just get on the board.
Yeah, they need points now. Going 2 minutes now without scoring a point. They need to run the offense, and here's Cronenberg now. He's the guy to do it.
Again, both these teams capable of scoring plenty of points, so an 8-0 lead, nothing overcome. Nice ball work here, and Cronenberg to the rack with the finger roll finish.
Look at that, Kyle Schifrin. And a silly foul by Cronenberg there. That's got Coach Jariak upset. You're going to see Cronenberg go to the bench right away. Great cut there by Cronenberg, though, to get the lay-in. First basket of the night for the Warriors.
And we'll see our first substitutions now.
And there it is, Frank. The full court press, double team. You're going to see it all game long from these Warriors.
Sean Conway sends all the way up top to his brother JJ. Leading by 6. Tipped. Loose ball at midcourt, and good job that time by Antonio Brancato.
Frank, this Wilton Warriors defense is averaging 13.5 steals.
Oh, and that one right in front of the student section. Fans are not going to like that call.
Yeah, they're going to get that all game long. Poor referees tonight. Jariak not happy with the call. You can see Andrew Connolly upset about that, asking where the foul was.
And already a good look at this depth as there are several players getting ready to sub in.
For the viewers at home, something that you need to understand is that this Warriors student section feels like they're on top of you all game long. And when you're an opponent shooting at this end, it is very difficult.
It's Antonio Brancato, second free throw attempt, and he knocks it down. So 9-2 the score. Controlling now is Matala.
And we saw Matala in the JV game played very well as they beat Warde.
Lane to the rack with the left hand. Well done that time. Nick Cronenberg.
Looking like his bigger brother there, Cronenberg, with the left hand.
9-4. That's going to be a charge. Wave it off.
How about that, Frank? He gets the lane, comes back on D, gets the offensive foul. How about that effort?
Only a sophomore for the Warriors, but playing a big role already with the team. Another lay-in opportunity here, no good, as missing that time was Matala.
Good look by Matala, unlucky though. Good take.
Inside and finishing strong off the glass that time was Giacomo Brancato, up to 4 now. Connolly through the defense, runner in the lane, and it's good.
Easy floater there for Connolly.
Pull up 3 in transition, as already we're starting to go back and forth. Conley again to the lane, too strong off the glass. Good help defense from Sean Conway that time. Now it's taken away, up court, Conley, and he got the bucket.
Great defense there by these Wilton Warriors. Here it is, folks. Here's the back and forth they're going to see all game long from these two.
A little pace now as Coach Ryan Swaller slows it down. The rare lull in the action, though, as we expect this to be fast-paced from start to finish, Kev. Brancato, mid-range jumper, off the mark. Rebound collected and put in. No, it's off again. Third try, and this time they get it. That was Sean Conway, strong down in the paint there.
How about Conway down low? Great hustle. Gets it, lay in, well-deserved.
We talked about how good both these offenses are, Kevin. Warde averaging 78 points a game, Wilton averaging 75. But it's really the points against and the defense by Wilton that needs to be talked about. Only 50 points surrendered per game.
Well, looking at the other night, Frank, you got Fairfield Warde scoring 95 points. That had everyone's eyebrows raised.
13-10, open 3 look. Nice job there on the pump fake, but can't convert. A good hustle from Connolly, finds Cronenberg. Right back again. Entire stadium wanted to foul that time. The pass on the baseline, and it's good.
Great job by Connolly there. Andrew Connolly, what an effort.
First bucket of the night for John Williams. Mid-range jumper, no answer. And now the Warriors with an opportunity to take the lead. Open 3 in the corner. Oh, good. And now it's going to be the Mustangs who look to run in transition. Through the lane, draws contact, and finishing through was Antonio Brancato.
Brancato, nice move there. Good D by the Warriors, but even better lay-in by Brancato.
Conley pulls up. And he missed that time. Back the other way, Giacomo. Crowd wanted to walk. No, friendly bounce. Goes the Warriors' way. Almost no stoppages now in the last 3 minutes. Back and forth we go up and down the court, Kev.
Frank, you're seeing it right before your eyes how quickly these two teams can get up and down the court within a heartbeat.
Kicked out. Another look for 3. And this time the Warriors convert. First one of the night, and it comes from Sean Breslin.
Don't leave him open. He can knock him down. Nice looking three-pointer there by Breslin.
Brancato tried to isolate. Lost it momentarily. Good defense there from John Williams.
This is a good player right here, Frank Parsons. Really like the way he's playing so far tonight.
One of those captains, he's going to spot up a three from well behind the line.
Oh, he is smooth, Frank. Woo! Look at that stroke.
18-15 the lead now. Mustangs back on top with under a minute to play in this very fast first quarter. Conley calls for the screen. Williams with it and had it taken away. Now the Mustangs in transition. Conway to the rack, and he gets the bucket to go.
Great steal by Conway there. Takes it all the way down. Gets the laying in. Nice 5-point lead.
30 seconds now, 25 on the clock. 20-15 the score. Conley spins around. Back up top off the glass. The foul is drawn, and heading to the line will be Matala.
It looks like it's going to be offensive foul. Excuse me. It's going to be a blocking foul. Boy, I tell you, Frank, really like Kyle Matala's play. We saw him a little bit in the JV game. Got a nice little warm-up in. Good-looking foul shooter, but boy, great ball handling skills. He can drive the lane so smooth.
20-16, 19.7 remaining.
Number 24, Joe Posey. Number 25, Jack Wood.
That's Matala's second one. Circles out, but an offensive board. Now the mid-range jumper. No good. Conway went up for it, and a jump ball ruled. Possession arrow pointing for the Warriors.
You're seeing it right here. Coach Jariak constantly subbing in and out players, giving different looks. This is what gives teams headaches, Frank.
So many, and you feel for the PA announcer trying to keep up with those substitutions as a miscommunication on the inbound, and it's turned over. Conway pulls up from the free throw line. He's good again. 9 points in the first quarter for Sean Conway.
Man, Sean Conway looking great so far.
Three-pointer at the buzzer is off the mark as Scotty Cunningham tried to answer at the end of the first quarter. 22 for the Mustangs, 16 for the Warriors. Let's step aside. We'll be right back with more high school hoops after this on the HAN Network.
Start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
Back from Zioli Fieldhouse on the campus of Wilton High School. Mustangs with another fast start. 22 points in the first quarter. They are on pace to surpass their scoring average again, Kev.
Yeah, you're just seeing in that first quarter how quick these two teams are going up and down the court. They can get good looks. And this guy right here, Parsons, what a player.
Parsons with the mid-range, no good short. And a foul called on the floor. Coach Gariak almost in disbelief right now. And for Wilton, a team that has really taken a lot of pride in defense, Kevin, you have to figure too, although it's not a safe assumption to make, Fairfield can't keep up shooting at this percentage, but that's not a game you really want to flirt with.
It's not, but actually, Frank, I thought the Warde Mustangs have done a really nice job defensively, getting a couple steals in that first quarter. But you talk about this Warriors defense, maybe trying a different look here, come out in the second quarter.
And a forced shot there by Cronenberg is now back in transition. Spin move to the rack, off the glass, no good, but the putback converted. Stephen Paolini, his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, how about that move by Antonio Brancata?
Cronenberg through the lane, hesitated for a moment and had it blocked by Malcolm Brune on a jump ball here, and it's going to go back to Wilton as Ward started the quarter.
Boy, how about the fight between these young guys? Jumping for the loose ball.
An 8-point lead with 7:09 remaining. Sent back. Cronenberg on the drive, kicks to the corner. Open three, but it's no good. Now in transition, Giacomo driving through the lane, up off the glass, and it's good.
This is where Fairfield Warde will kill you all game long, Frank. You know, you don't make your shots, you don't get the board. Fairfield Warde will box you out and quickly move in transition. You're seeing it right there.
You could just see a whole section of Ward fans jump up in disbelief of that call.
You see Coach Swaller of the Mustangs in disbelief. He himself has to be a little careful there.
And you're right, Kev. It's the defense of Fairfield Warde right now that has just been suffocating on this Wilton offense. They can't get into sync whatsoever, but similar to what we saw on Monday against the St. Joe's Cadets, struggling early on when they're not hitting those three-pointers.
And you're seeing the help defense on this Fairfield Warde defense, Frank. You know, it's man-to-man, but when Wilton's penetrating the paint, they're helping out, which is allowing these three-point shooters to be open. Wilton's just not hitting these three-pointers, Frank.
Again, quick notice for our viewers at home, are working on an unstable stream tonight off of the Wi-Fi here in the field house. So if our feed does happen to drop out, we will be back momentarily. Bear with us here. A 10-point lead, though, for the Fairfield Warde Mustangs. 9-0 on the air versus the 8-0 Wilton Warriors. Tied for the lead in the conference and atop the FCIAC East. Both teams 5-0 here through conference play.
How about this matchup right here? Conley versus Brancato.
Giving Conley the left, but he's able to shake to the right. John Williams with it now. Kicked outside. Another three in the corner. And Ryan off again. That was Jack Wood. And a travel called. For the Warriors, Kevin. Again, another opportunity here with a missed three. Let's go behind the benches now. Chris Kutzo standing with both coaches. Let's check in.
Frank, I'm over here by the Ward sideline, and Coach's not very happy about that call. Both coaches were disputing that call on that point.
Thank you, Chris. There have been a couple calls we've seen reactions from so far. As Parsons with the open three, and he's good again. And a timeout taken by Coach Garriak. Marcel Parsons now up to 9 points, tied with Sean Conway for the team lead. Let's step aside. We'll be right back after this on the HAN Network.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back out of the timeout. We're going to go over to the opposite sideline and check in with Chris Kutzo to see what the coaches had to say.
Well, Frank, this game has been very fast-paced. We've seen a lot of shooting thus far and a lot of turnovers, as you see right there. Both teams have to clean it up if they want to play a more efficient game.
Thank you, Chris. So with 5:30 remaining here in the second quarter, a 13-point lead for the Mustangs, their largest of the night. Warriors staying in that zone defense, Kevin. Mustangs good at sharing the ball right now as they found open looks. Conway inside, couldn't finish, and a good rebound from Cronenberg.
Nice rebound by Cronenberg here, moving up court. You got to see Connolly get more involved here, but you got to get Jack Williams involved as well.
Another turnover there off a sloppy pass. Coach Garyak just rolling his eyes in disbelief on that sideline. Giacomo Brancato, a little power hop right there, and then got it from 8 feet. 31-16, a 15-point lead, as the Fieldhouse has been silenced early on in the first half.
There's just no answer for the Warriors so far. They can't seem to get anything going.
That would have got him going for sure as Cronenberg tried to spot up. Takes the pass, spins all the way around. John Williams a three. No good again. Another offensive board. And going to the baseline is Conley off the glass. No. Another rebound and finally a foul as Kyle Schifrin will head to the free throw line.
Great hustle there by the Warriors. You just saw Andrew Conley taking it to the rack. No good. You're going to see Schifrin at the line. 2 big free throws here for the Warriors.
That one well off the mark. No good.
You'll see Parsons take a seat for the Mustangs. Sigh of relief if you're the Warriors. What a start he's had.
Schifrin good on the second one. So the lead now 14. It has been all Fairfield Warde here in this first half. Let's go back across the court and check in with Chris Kutzel.
Frank, I can tell you this much. If Wilton wants to fight their way back into this game, they have to take care of the basketball. Just like that right there. Classic act of turning the ball over and not taking care of the basketball. If they want to get offensive possessions, they're going to have to take care of this basketball.
And we've talked about 2 things all season, Kevin, free throws and turnovers, and the Warriors turning it over a lot here in this first half.
Surprisingly, they are. You see Andrew Connolly there trying to break through that defense. This Mustangs D's playing lights out right now.
Nice little design play there. Antonio Brancato saw that one circle out of the rim. Conley with the crossover, pull up from the free throw line, and it was short. Got his own board though. And Schifrin drawing another foul down low. The Warriors getting the looks they want right now, Kevin, just not hitting their shots.
Yeah, plain and simple. They're just not making their shots. It'd be a totally different story if they were. They've had some great looks. Nothing seems to be falling in for them. And you got to wonder maybe if that extra day hurt them. Of course, they played Monday night. Warde played Tuesday. And Jack Williams taking a seat. Not the start he's been hoping for. Very frustrated off the bench.
And just a Warriors bench that is in disbelief at the moment. Good job by Schifrin hitting 2 from the line. Here comes the press again as the Warriors try to throw off this Mustangs offense.
And this is where they can try and come back.
Great pass by Parsons all the way down the floor, and the reverse is good. That's one way to break the press.
Whew. J.J. Conway, pretty move there. And you're right, Frank, that is one way to break the press.
Open 3 in the corner, and they're able to knock it down with an answer.
It's Pazzi right there, big 3 from him.
It's Joe Pazzi at the other end. And then he grabs a rebound.
Wilton very fortunate that layup didn't go in. Plain and simple, they just did not get back on D on that last play.
That field goal there on that 3-pointer was the first field goal of the second quarter for the Warriors. They had only surprised 3 points from the free throw line before that. Another offensive board for Wilton, though. They're getting the possessions they want. They need to start hitting shots here. Driving to the rack, holding inside, getting a friendly roll, and it's good.
Nice job by Sean Breslin there.
And a foul called on the way up in transition.
And both teams need to be careful now. Second quarter, a little over 2.5 minutes to go here. A lot of fouls in this second quarter there, Frank. The thing you got to worry about is, later on in this game, foul trouble and getting to the penalty.
2:45 to play. The lead back down to single digits. Student section trying to come to light. Not allowing that to happen with another three is Marcel Parsons.
Parsons again, so smooth from downtown.
Brancato going up and a hard foul that time from Conley.
Wilton is just not taking care of the basketball. And when you're playing a team like the Mustangs, you just...
The Wi-Fi. If our feed does cut out, we will be back momentarily. Please bear with us.
You see Giacomo take a seat, 3 fouls on him.
Has already picked up 8 points, 15 away now from career number 1,000. It's Conley. Hands back off from Matala. Williams back to Matala as the Warriors stuck to the outside. Trying to penetrate, dribbled off his own foot, and now Parsons comes up with it. He'll slow it down and set up the offense. Sean Conway going to spot up from well behind the line. Not a shooter on the floor who's shy about shooting this a three-pointer tonight, Kevin.
There he is. He's on the board, Jack Williams. He needed that jump shot to go in there, Frank.
At the other end, trying to answer, no good, and another board for Williams. The lead 11 with under 90 to play. Three-pointer in the corner, and it's good.
Cunningham from downtown. He's extra fired up after that one. Getting that student section alive.
There's Conway. Dumped down inside. Easiest bucket of the night, and it comes from Malcolm Broom.
What a job by Conway there. Gets inside the paint. Nice little dish.
Another look for three. Can they hit again? No, in and out. Williams, the board, up off the glass, and it's good. Let's go across the court with 45. Up top is Bruin with 10 seconds on the clock. Taken away, Cronenberg with it. Inside, the scoop layup, no good. Dribbled around with 2 and 1. It's got to be thrown up, but he couldn't get the handle on it as it's off the mark. 41-31 is the score as the Warde Mustangs take their lead into the first half. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after an in-game news update with our own Kate Chaplinsky in our Shelton studios.
I'm Kate Chaplinsky with your in-game news update on the HAN network, bringing you the latest local news for Thursday, January 19th. A man being sought for fatally shooting a local man in a Bridgeport home back in December was arrested at a Maplewood Avenue apartment house. Hearst, Connecticut media reports that 25-year-old Richard Lopez was taken into custody just before 6 a.m. Thursday morning by members of the U.S. Marshal Violent Crime Fugitive Task Force. He was charged with murder, first-degree robbery, as well as carrying a pistol without a permit and criminal possession of a firearm. Lopez is accused of fatally shooting 33-year-old Noel Esprit on December 15th. Esprit was found dead in his Palisade Avenue home at 6:45 in the evening with a single gunshot wound to his upper body. Police said the motive for that killing was robbery. And in an update on a Monroe story we brought you last week, students and a parent spoke to the Monroe Board of Education about the need to take action in the wake of an incident at the high school that inspired a petition calling for the removal of a Massac student. That petition, with over 3,000 signatures, calls for the student, who is a minor, to be removed from the Massac High School community due to his alleged involvement with social media attacks on special needs students and African Americans. That petition was posted on change.org on January 10th. It includes screenshots of posts made by a student on an Instagram account, which feature offensive comments related to special needs and race, as well as violent posts related to school shootings on the student's social media. Board of Education Chairman Donna Lane said the school district is investigating the incident and the board is committed to the safety of students. Lane also stated that the law regarding student privacy does not permit the Board of Education or school district to reveal information about students, which limits what the board is allowed to say about that situation. Last week, 2 Massac students had a physical altercation with a third student over content that the student posted on social media. According to Remy Abdallah, the parent of one of the students who was suspended for that altercation, his child and another student attacked that third student because they were offended by that student's posts. You can get a lot more on that story at MonroeCourier.com. And another scam to look out for, according to Darien police. A resident there became the victim of a puppy purchasing scam. A Searles Road resident contacted police on January 14th to report more than $1,600 in fraudulent wire transfers. The complainant told police they had attempted to contact someone from the website DarleyEnglishBulldogs.com, which claimed to have a number of puppies for sale from a breeder. The next day, they received an email from an account named info-nextdaydelivery@gmail.com responding to their question. After an exchange of texts and emails, the complainant agreed to wire $650 via Western Union in exchange for an English Bulldog puppy. Several days passed after the initial transfer, and the victim received a phone call from a man with what she described as an Indian accent, claiming that additional money, $950, was needed to deliver the pet. After finding a contact number for the wire recipients, that victim called and asked about the status of the puppy. Another man, claiming to represent the breeder, asked for another $1,300 transfer to complete the delivery, but the victim at that point declined. Darien police determined that those wire transfers were picked up in Euless, Texas, but cannot identify the exact location. And finally, in Weston, it's not uncommon for drivers to pull up across from Frank Nussbaum's home on Old Hyde Road to watch his Bulldog skateboard up and down his driveway. Check this out. Our own Weston Forum reports that at 62-pound, Bunk's stocky, tough, and similar build to his namesake, Bunk Moreland, from the acclaimed HBO drama The Wire, the dog's low center of gravity makes him the perfect size to push around a skateboard. Bunk skateboards up and down the driveway 3 times a day, once in the morning, once at lunchtime, and later in the afternoon. Nussbaum said Bunk will often go for about 45 minutes uninterrupted. But you can get more at thewestonforum.com. That does it for this in-game news update on the HAN network. Watch Coffee Break weekdays at 11 on HAN for local news, sports, and more. This update was brought to you by Scap Auto.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now during the Start Something New sales event, now through January 31st.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier network, and we've also reached 1.7 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Back on the HAN network, let's go across courtside with Chris Kutzo standing with head coach.
Coach, you did a great job of getting turnovers and getting the basketball back and keeping it in your own offensive zone. What can you attribute the most? And Jackson Longley, great offensive rebounder. What were the X factors that happened?
I think our defensive principles of, really staying home on the same side, ball side, to stop them from dribble penetration in the corner. And obviously they're a great rebounding team for their size especially, so we had to make sure we were all finding 5 guys to box out. I thought Stephen Paolini came in defensively. He gives a little spark off the bench. Jackson Long and Malcolm Bruin, all 3 of them gave us a good spark. And I think, Marcel Parsons did a great job of getting some outside looks and hitting outside shots to keep us and keep them a little bit more honest and playing outside against our dribble drive offense. So.
Now, we obviously have a very hostile student environment here, and this field house is known for being very treacherous. How were you able to get your team so prepared for this game?
I really feel last year's state game and actually the FCIAC quarterfinal game against Wilton, the environment was pretty similar. So we knew coming in tonight it'd be another similar environment to that, and one we're looking forward to playing into. I mean, obviously this is a high school environment that you want to play in each and every night, and our guys, not knowing we got here at the 10-minute mark of warm-ups, I brought them in and said, you heard it, you saw it, and let's go out and play. So I really think they're just buying into, you know what, playing here together, be here together, and, you know, looking for our 10th victory of the season.
What's one thing you have to sustain to keep going in the second half here?
Maintain their initial push right from the get-go. Obviously, defensive rebound and stop their second chance points, and continue to keep our pressure defensively. We know they're going to want to run. It's just making sure we keep our cool, our composure as they go on the run, and continue to keep tempo up. We want to run a real fast pace, so continue to push the ball up.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck second half.
Thank you.
All right, guys. There you have it.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Coach Schwaller. And Kevin, the second chance points, you talked about defensive rebounding. Obviously, Wilton has had a lot of second chances. They had a lot of open looks, unable to convert. And before we get to the missed opportunities, you want to talk about seizing the day right now. Fairfield Warde doing everything right.
They're doing everything right, yeah. I mean, you can't ask for a better first half if you're Coach Schwaller. You know, I would love to just be a fly on the wall in that locker room during halftime with both coaches. I mean, you're talking about different sides of the spectrum. You're talking about a Fairfield Warde team who came out in this game in a hostile environment, and they came out playing so hot. And you got the Wilton Warriors, on the other hand, turn the ball over, not playing the brand of basketball we know that they can play. So the question is, what kind of teams are we going to see in the second half? Are we going to see a Wilton Warriors, a different Wilton Warrior team coming out to start the second half and try and come back? Or are we going to continue to see this onslaught that we saw to start the game with the Fairfield Warde Mustangs?
And turnovers aside for the Warriors, as badly as they need to be stopped, it's just so many open looks that they've been hitting all season long that are not falling for them tonight.
Yeah, nothing is falling for the Warriors tonight. You think about it, you know, the shot, you know, field goal percentage, and, you know, say, you know, 5 of those that go in, you're talking about a closer game. They're just not hitting their shots. And I said it during the first half, it happens. You know, good teams have bad nights. Wilton Warriors just seem to be having a bad night.
We'll see if the struggles are real. Let's go across with Chris Kutzo, who's standing with head coach Joel Gariak.
Coach, what's one thing you have to do better this half that you didn't do as well the first half?
2 things. One, we have to keep pushing tempo. We let them set up on defense. We can't do that. And secondly, we got to play better defense. We're letting them penetrate more than we should. We've worked on it all week, and we just haven't got it done yet.
Now, you struggled to take care of the basketball a little bit the first half. How do you take care of the basketball, and how do you get guys like Matt Cronenberg going?
Just got to be smarter for one. We're being lazy with our passes, understand the offense, trust your teammates, and we'll be fine.
All right, thank you so much, Coach. Good luck second half.
Thank you.
And that was
all right, guys, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. That was a great way to put it, just lazy with the passes. Yeah. You saw at times it was that lackadaisical and not appreciating the opponent they're playing against right now.
Yeah, lazy is the perfect word to say. You know, you think about it, there's a lot of passes that, you know, need to be more crisp, need to be more fundamental. These are 2 really disciplined teams. These are 2 well-respected coaches who know the game of basketball, and, you know, these 2 teams know the program. They know the ins and outs of this game. Yeah, it's interesting to see what kind of team we're going to see the Wilton Warriors in the second half. Again, I'd love to know what, you know, Coach Derrick had to say during halftime, because they're just not taking care of the basketball, and, you know, plenty of turnovers, which led to fast break points for the Warde Mustangs. You know, we'll see how they come out. We're going to see it right now here, Frank.
And, Kevin, you got to catch up with Giacomo Brancato before the game. He's only 15 points away from 1,000 in his career now, but the best player on the court in that first half, far and away, Marcel Parsons, just dominating on both ends.
Oh, Parsons, man. Love the way he plays. So smooth.
As Williams inside starts off the scoring in the second half.
Great start for the Warriors, but, Frank, going back to what you were just mentioning about Giacomo, got to catch up with him during the pregame, and so humble. You know, you talk about, you know, what you want from a leader. You know, he's everything that you want, and you talk about the leadership that he has with the younger guys. It's there.
There are those second chance opportunities as it finds Connolly outside the arc. 3-pointer no good. And a quick foul called.
Yeah, this is going to be on Williams over the back.
Both teams into a little bit of foul trouble early on there in that first half. And it's just part of the style they play. They're aggressive on the offensive glass. They're going to try to run, and they'll stand in those lanes and prevent you from running. You draw a lot of fouls that way. Wilton in a little more trouble right now than Warde. Of course, Brancato with 3, but a couple tough fouls on the Mustangs, and obviously the depth of Wilton will be on display. Mustangs working it around. They lead by 8. Step back three-pointer on the way, short off the front rim. And then turned over by Cronenberg. Spin move inside by Conway, no good. Williams the rebound, and now he's going to run. Here is Cronenberg. No, offensive.
Oh, Brancato very, very lucky there. He almost got his fourth foul there, Frank. Great take to the hoop. You know, a great example of why Wilton's turning the ball over there, Frank. You just saw it before. They try and move out in transition too early. Ward's right there to take the ball away, and they did.
Active hands, as you saw Cronenberg trying to go up and had pickpocketed from behind. Mustangs, Brancato driving inside. Nice spin off the glass.
And that's something that Coach Jardiak talked about with Chris Kutzo, is that they're penetrating the lane too much, which is leading to easy points.
Here's Antonio inside, and he draws a foul. So quickly, 3 fouls against the Warriors in the second half. And Chris, Coach Jardiak on that Wilton bench, just furious with a couple of the early calls here.
You see Connolly still upset about that call. Talking to the referee, wanting an offensive call there. He said the ref call it both ways.
The lead sits at 10. Brancato 0 for 2 from the line. He has shot all 5 free throw attempts for the Mustangs tonight. He is 2 for 5 as Cronenberg crossed his man over and finished off the glass with the left.
What a move by Cronenberg, the shake and bake to the hoop.
His first 2 points of the since the first quarter. Pull up in the mid-range, no good. See now the Warriors with an opportunity to take over. Inside again, little runner, and he got it again. He's not the biggest guy on the court, Chris, but Cronenberg loves getting inside the paint there.
Frank, one thing that we're definitely seeing from Wilton is they're shying away from that 2-3 zone that they were playing early on in the first half. They're playing more man-on-man defense. And another thing, too, Jack Williams' court vision is ridiculous. He's distributing the basketball with perfection at this point, and they're slowly climbing their way back into this game.
A great look at the student section coming to life. And we now will take a quick break as the Mustangs take a timeout and want to talk things over right here on the HAN Network.
Get a fresh start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
An 8-2 run to start the third quarter, Kevin, and the Warriors now back within striking distance, trailing by 6.
Picture perfect start for the Wilton Warriors coming out of the locker room. You know, talk about an ugly first half for them, Frank. This is the start that they wanted. They have to keep the momentum going.
Well, Chris Kutzo was inside the Fairfield Warde Mustangs huddle. Let's see what Coach had to say during the timeout.
Frank, I was inside the huddle for Fairfield Warde, and Coach Swaller was none too happy. But what he did was preach defense and playing together. He said that defense feeds into their offense. If they play better defensively, they're going to come away with this victory.
The lead back up to 8. Thank you, Chris. After another Brancato bucket, he's up to 12 in the game. 11 points away now from 1,000. We'll keep an eye on that. Inside is Williams, and the foul.
Great job by Williams there. Using the body, drawing the foul, getting the bucket.
A huge bucket as the Warriors desperately need those senior captains to get going here. Trying to convert the three-point play. No good, it's off the mark. The lead stays at 6. Giancarlo with it now. Sends over to the left side, and J.J. Conway controls. Heading for the baseline was his brother Sean. It's up top with Brancato. Sean to J.J. Kicked outside, and the offensive foul is called.
Great take there. See Jack Wood. Still a little shaken up after that.
You had a feeling that the next foul might have gone the Warriors' way.
Great take there, using the body. Second one for the team.
Set his feet perfectly in the lane, kept him steady. As now we get our first look at Robert Herman, who checks into the game. Cronenberg, runner in the lane. Short, no good, and the rebound by Conway.
Yeah, this is where both teams need to get back on defense. It's a transition. Nice job by Parsons here to slow it down, get the offense going.
Hands off to Conway. Heading for the free throw line. Couple of pump fakes before playing give and go with Brune. Now heading to the rack, going inside, and the foul called. It will go on Williams.
Both teams, you can tell, are ready to jump up for that. I think both teams know how good both these teams can shoot, and they're not staying grounded, Frank. And you're seeing a lot of pump fakes, guys driving to the lane, kicking it back out. This guy right here, Conway's doing a great job of that tonight. He loves the pump fake at the top of the key, go in right into the elbow. That's his bread and butter right there, the jump shot.
1 for 2 from the line. They are 3 for 7 as a team. And one thing I've noticed in this second half, Kevin, the Mustangs much more content with slowing it down on offense as Cronenberg works around a screen to find an open mid-range jumper there. He's up to 6 points in the third. Parsons. Giacomo. Tried crossing over his man. Good feet by Williams that time. That shot out of control, but Brancato found the rebound. And now a jump ball called. We'll stay with the Mustangs, but again, you see it. The way Wilton wants to run in transition right now, pick up the tempo. The Mustangs so content to run that half-court offense and slow things down.
Yeah, it's interesting. Tale of two different halves. You saw the Warriors try and do that in the first half.
No hesitation that time, though, as Parsons let go of 3 right away.
And you got to box out, Frank. Prime example right there.
Brancato inside off the glass. Now controlling the defensive rebound there was Wood.
Nice job by Cronenberg to draw the foul. Smart basketball right there.
A 5-point game following the huge rebound from Wood on that last possession. And the way that Wilton had thrived on the glass offensively in that first half, we're seeing it from the Mustangs now. There's Cronenberg over to Williams now. The Warriors trying to cut the lead to sink to a one-possession game. Cronenberg for 3. Off the mark, no good.
Nice job by Brancato there to grab down that rebound.
Taken away momentarily as players slide down to the floor. Brancato to Brancato inside, and it's blocked. Herman denying the opportunity. Picked outside. Williams going to catch and shoot, and it's good.
Frank, I think this place is about to set fire.
And you know who's right in the middle of the fire is Chris Kutzo in the student section.
Frank, I'm right behind this Wilton student section, and there's a sense of jubilation on that steal and 3 by Jack Williams right there. You can tell that these guys are definitely getting pumped up and willing their team back into it here.
It is a one-possession game as the Warriors trail by only 2 now. And it all starts with the block from Robert Herman, the last man off the bench tonight, as we got his first look in the second half.
What a big block there. You talk about Jack Williams, the captain, setting the tone, gets a big three-pointer to ignite this crowd.
Had it stripped and taken away, and the Warriors with an opportunity to tie this game or even take the lead. Cronenberg pulls up mid-range, no good.
I would have liked to see the Warriors try and develop the offense there. I like the aggressiveness, but
And a travel called on Brancato.
easy call for the referee there. You know, he was ready to go before the ball even got there. Easy call for the referee.
2:13 remaining. It is 46-44. The two remaining undefeated teams in the FCIAC. This is the HAN Network's Game of the Week from the Zioli Fieldhouse here at Wilton High School. Cronenberg around his man, off the glass, and we're tied up.
Cronenberg leading this team right now. Great job taking it to the rack.
In a third quarter that the Mustangs cannot believe, the Warriors have climbed back from 11 down. Conway up top. Brancato spotting up the three, and he knocks it down. A huge answer from the senior.
Big three-pointer there by Brancato there, Frank.
And a timeout taken on the floor. 49-46 the score. Let's step aside. We'll be right back with your HAN Network Game of the Week after this.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark Building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
A 3-point Mustangs lead here in the battle of the remaining undefeateds, tied for first in the FCIAC, tied for first in the East. Only one will advance on and look for that perfect record. Fairfield Warde currently sitting number 3 in the CIAC double L polls. They are 9-0, 43 power points. As an open three for young Cronenberg is no good. They are ranked number 7 in the Game Time CT poll. For Wilton, they are first place in Class L. Not ranked in Game Time CT, and Kevin, that foul is very important because it is number 4 on Giacomo.
And we'll see if Coach Schwaller goes to the bench, and he does. No, he's got to come out.
No hesitation there. 1:13 remaining in the third, and you need him for at least some of those 8 minutes. So
this really is, Frank, like a boxing match. Back and forth. Who's going to win the final round here? Who's going to get that knockout punch? You talk about an exciting game. Fourth quarter is going to be a really fun one to watch.
Round of applause from the Wilton fans after the Warriors retain possession. Wood had to climb the ladder to save that inbound. Cronenberg working off another screen. Into the lane, pass inside. Herman, and he gets it to go. Great look from Cronenberg.
Yeah, great look by Cronenberg there. There's the vision. There's the awareness. Herman wide open.
Conway inside, freezes for a moment, and the shot was blocked from behind by Cronenberg. That was Matt that time.
And Wilton still not rebounding. They're not boxing out, which is leading to offensive chances, more offensive chances for the Warde Mustangs.
Well, you saw Conway penetrate that time, Kevin, and it opened up Paolini down low as Conway spots up a 3, no good. Herman with a big rebound and steal takeaway. He has been a huge spark to this team since entering into the game.
Here's Matala for the Warriors.
Cronenberg down low, and it's Herman again. First lead of the night for Wilton, and it comes with 15 seconds left in the third. Inside, Brancato, no good. In transition, the runner at the buzzer off the glass, and it will not go. It took 23 minutes and 45 seconds, but the Wilton Warriors finally have a lead in front of their home fans. It is 50-49. Heading into the fourth, let's step aside. We'll be right back with more of the HAN Network's Game of the Week after this.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A huge third quarter, a 12-point lead in that quarter for the Warriors as they now take a 50-49 lead into the fourth and final frame as Cronenberg inside had it denied and the foul called. And in disbelief now are the Mustangs and almost livid. Let's go across courtside to Chris Cuzzo and see what he thinks heading into this fourth quarter, Kev.
Frank, one thing that we're definitely seeing here is Warde is out of their comfort zone. They were getting so comfortable sitting around in that 2-3 zone and getting open looks that they haven't grown accustomed yet to Wilton's pressure man-on-man. It's definitely playing a factor here as we see the Wilton shooting free throws with a 51-49 lead here. This was a 10-point game at halftime. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. And Kevin, something else to keep in mind, Wilton has not started hitting their threes yet.
That's a scary thought, Frank. If you're Warde, 2 big free throws there. We're going to see them drop back into that 2-3 zone.
Parsons looking for the counter outlet, but Conway was heading to the rack and it's turned over. Giacomo Brancato is back in the game for the Mustangs, playing with those 4 fouls. If you're Jack Wood right now, are you asking for the ball and trying to attack the rack?
Absolutely. Get the ball and try and take it to the rim. Draw the foul.
3-pointer from the corner, and it's good. It was Kyle Matala. And a 6-point lead now for the Warriors, and Brancato. One too many steps before that dribble.
Yeah, it's second time for Giacomo. He's done that. And it's a tale of 2 halves, Frank. We've seen this so many times. The team can come out red hot, start the game, and then quickly fade away.
Catch and shoot 3 at the other end, no good. Good board from Sean Conway. Sends over to the right side to JJ.
You know, Warde doesn't have to do anything drastic just yet. Keep playing their game.
As the brothers Conway's playing catch outside the arc, and then Sean knocking down. Big 3-pointer there.
I've been so impressed with Sean Conway's play tonight. Big reason why this Warde Mustangs team is where they are.
And another foul here. This one on Conway. The Warriors in the bonus, so shooting the 1-and-1 will be Matt Cronenberg. Had 2 points in the first quarter. Since then, he has held scoreless in the second. He had 10 so far in the second half. And they are not in the bonus just yet. That was the 16th foul. It's a risky pass to Wood. Kick to the corner to Herman. It's back up top with Cronenberg as he slows it down. Trying to isolate on Antonio Brancato. Nice handles from the young man, but it bounced away, and he saved it. Williams inside. Herman off the glass.
Cronenberg, what an effort. The diving steal to get it back. Gives it to Williams. Great lay-in.
57-52. Giacomo spinning back towards the rack. It's no good, and Jack Wood with the board. Now the Warriors can run. Pass from Matalo was tipped once and then twice, and it will go back to the Mustangs. Good defense that time by J.J. Conway, denying the fast break.
Herman taking a seat, but he's getting a warm reception from his teammates there, Frank. What an effort he's put out tonight on the court for the Warriors.
6 points in the second half since checking back in. But really, when you think about it, Kevin, he started this whole swing going back to that big block he had in the third quarter.
Yeah, that block still felt like this place was shaking a little bit, which led down to the Jack Williams three-pointer, and boy, what a moment.
5-point Warriors lead, 57-52 with 5:35 remaining. I want to thank you for tuning in to the HAN Network's Game of the Week here from the Zeoli Fieldhouse at Wilton High School. We're back on the air for you again Monday night, and it's another matchup of number 1 and number 2 in the conference. This time, boys hockey. The Ridgefield Tigers travel to the Darien Ice House to take on the Duquesne Rams.
Yeah, Frank, that's going to be a good one.
That'll be interesting, won't it?
I don't know. We may have to talk to each other that day.
Yeah. As Parsons spotting up a three, no good, able to get his own rebound. Mustangs have hit 7 threes to this point in the game. Parsons looking for the 8th. Short, no good. And here's Connolly with it. Up for Matala. He's going to go up strong, and he gets it off the glass.
With the right hand, switches at the last minute to get that lay-in. Nice job. Very mature play by the junior.
And one thing you had to notice about that one, Kev, it was Giacomo Brancato coming back in transition. He has to let that lay-in go. As Matala trying to stay hot. He got it again.
The junior setting the tone, lighting this place up. What a big three-pointer.
8 points in the fourth quarter. A good look at the student section getting after it. It's a 10-point Warriors lead. Let's step aside. We'll be right back with more action after this on the HAN Network.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. SCAP Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now during the Start Something New sales event, now through January 31st.
Back on the HAN Network, let's go across the court to Chris Kutzo, who's in between the benches.
Frank, we're seeing Wilton really take care of the basketball this half, and we're seeing them do a lot better job of offensive rebounding and defensive rebounding. This has been the difference maker this second half. Ward doesn't know what hit him, it seems like. I mean, guys like Matt Cronenberg and a bunch of other guys, the JV guys, Kyle Matala, who we saw in the JV game, he's dropping buckets right now. Back to you, Frank.
Thank you, Chris. And again, apologies to our viewers, Kevin. Working off that unstable stream here in the field house, and we're occasionally falling out, give or take a couple times, but stay with us. We'll come right back to you. It is a 10-point Warriors lead, a 20-point swing through the first 13 minutes.
This is amazing how I think if you tell, Coach Jaradak that he'd have a 10-point lead with 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, he'd probably laugh at you. What an effort by these Warriors. They're hungry in the second half.
Three-pointer again off the mark from the Mustangs is now Fairfield Warde ice cold behind the arc. Matala, he's feeling it. Not this time, though. And there's the offensive board from Wood. Good look by Williams. Touch passing all the way around. Now he's got it in his hand. But Matala again off the mark. Let's try it one more time. And wisely slowing it down is Jack Williams.
There it is. There's the senior leadership right there. The captain telling his teammates to slow it down. This guy right here, Connolly, loves to move it.
Matala with it up top. He's already got 8 points in the fourth quarter. Looking for numbers 9 and 10, but he couldn't get the finger roll to go.
Coach Jaradak has to be thrilled. He's got him for another year there, Frank.
3:30 remaining. As this one turned over again by the Mustangs. They're running out of time here, Kevin. Conley going to pull up for three. You know it.
Woo! Senior captain. My man hitting that big three-pointer.
His first points since the first quarter. Parsons trying to end the run, and a foul called on Wilton.
Easy call there. Good take to the rack there by Parsons. He has to lead this team back in, and that's how he's got to do it. Take it to the hoop, get to the line.
And a quarter where the Warriors can do no wrong. Parsons will look to end the run. Well done, makes the first one. I tell you what, Kev. 3:17 remaining. Now an 11-point game following the 2 free throws, but you think ahead to that FCIAC tournament at the end of February. Tell me why we're not playing it in this field house.
Believe me, I would love the championship to be here. And I think, Wilton obviously would love to have it here. I'm sure Fairfield Warde after tonight wouldn't. But talk about a hostile environment, just a great place to play. Always loved coming here.
And this is where they used to hold the championships. Obviously some concerns with the court. We'll continue this conversation in a moment. A timeout taken with the Warriors. We're going to step aside as well and return with the HAN Network's High School Game of the Week right after this.
Are you ready for winter? Ski and Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family-owned and operated business with over 40 years of experience, Ski and Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top-quality, high-fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Ridgefield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan. Or visit us at skiandsport.net.
Back on the HAN Network, and you look at all these banners up above the student section, Kevin, but there is one banner that is missing. Wilton has never appeared in an FCIAC championship game for basketball, but the way this season's going, they're feeling it right now. And if you look at the standings, 3 of the top 4 teams in the conference have never appeared in a championship game.
It's pretty amazing. And considering how good of a sports history there is here at Wilton, you come into this field house, you see with all the banners, such strong programs from every sport you can think of. So many good teams over these years, well deserving of these banners. But basketball, they've never been there, but they're hungry, Frank. You see it right here in the second half. They're hungry. They want that banner. And I think if you talk to a lot of these players like Jack Williams, he wants it. He wants it not only for his teammates, he wants it for the community. So this is something that they're going to fight for this year.
Of course, Fairfield Warde, another one of those schools that has not appeared in a championship game. Trumbull, who sits in 3rd place in the conference, they have been in the FCIAC championship one time, winning back in 1976. The other team, and I can't believe we're talking about the 4th place, 5-1 in the FCIAC, Darien Blue Wave. And they are knocking off the top teams in the conference on their way there.
Listen, if you're one of these 2 teams on the court tonight, Fairfield Warde or Wilton, be careful of Darien. I have a feeling they're gonna spoil some teams this year, some good teams. They're a good team themselves, but they're a scary team if you play them in the tournament.
Wow, if the Warriors are able to escape here, life does not get easier after these 2 minutes because they have got Darien visiting next on Monday. Loose ball here, circling around, and a foul called. And with 2 minutes left to play, let's go back over between the benches with Chris Kutzo.
Well, Frank, during the end of that timeout for Wilton, Coach Gariak flashed me a grin coming out of the end of it. So I definitely say he's got to feel comfortable with this way the Warriors are playing. But they're definitely doing a great job of transition defense and following their shot. It's almost as if this coaching staff has them trained to play like it's a nothing game every second of this game. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. And that grin probably does feel comfortable. A 9-point game with 1:54 is certainly not safe in the FCIAC, especially, Kevin.
And you know what?
You can't hit your free throws.
Man, we all know how important it is, too, to make your free throws.
That's 2 1-and-1 opportunities now in a row.
It is.
That the Warriors have missed the front end.
And, misses like that, especially tight in a close game like this with 1:53 to go, it can come back to haunt you. But let's go back to 30 seconds ago with that jump ball It ended up being called a foul. Coach Swaller was beside himself. Originally the referees called it a jump ball, and then they called it a foul in Fairfield Warde, which led to the 1-and-1.
Wilton trending down now, missing their last 2 free throws. The Mustangs have made 4 in a row. Let's make it 5.
And again, those are 2 big free throws made.
7 of 11 at the line tonight is Fairfield Warde. 6 of 10 is Wilton. As inside is Conley and a strong take.
Nice job by Connolly there, taking it to the rack.
Brancato leaves for his brother. That was Giacomo to Antonio down low, and Brune gets a bucket.
Good look inside. Brune finishes it off. He's a big presence down low.
He's now inside, going up strong, no good. And Brune with the rebound. Wanting the foul that time was Kyle Schifrin, but it's taken away by Conley. He's going to go up off the glass, and the foul!
The senior captain fired up after that one. Getting the student section involved in that. Big bucket there by the senior captain, Williams.
And a chance to stretch it back to 10, but you could just see the emotion coming out of him on the floor, and it brought his classmates out of the stands to pick him up.
And Frank, you can actually tell from this emotion, that makes you think that you know what went on in that locker room at halftime. Coach Jariak definitely has some words to say, got the team fired up.
Pull up 3, well short there. Now Giacomo Brancato trying to answer, circles that one around. And a timeout quickly taken with the lead back at 6. 59 seconds to play, 71-65 in favor of the Warriors. Let's step aside. We'll be right back with the final minute after this. Back on the HAN Network. 59 seconds left to play in our HAN Game of the Week. The Warriors clinging to a 71-65 lead. Let's go in between the benches with our own Chris Kutzo.
Well, Frank, I'm definitely going to say that Ward's going to have to hit their free throws down the stretch here. And I'm saying Wilton, sorry. But Warde has definitely got to get some stops here down the stretch if they want to get back into this game. But Coach Jariak has these guys playing like a well-oiled machine on defense right now. It seems like they're doing a great job rebounding the basketball, following shots, and passing it and getting open looks. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Again, Brancato has to be very careful that Giacomo, at a certain point in time, the Mustangs will have to start fouling. Giacomo, with no fouls to give, almost stole that one away. Conley up over half court. Here comes the trap, but able to dribble out of it, and now Matt Cronenberg has it with under 50 remaining. Splits the double team. Wisely not even thinking about a shot as he dribbles all the way around, almost turned it over, and a foul called.
Oh, it's going to be on Giacomo here. And that's his 4th, Frank.
So, okay, miscommunication there on our end. Not only the 4th foul. So here's Matt Cronenberg at the line. Able to knock it down. 17 points on the night for Cronenberg.
And Frank, if you're the Wilton Warriors, no silly fouls here down the stretch. No 3-point plays.
2 for 2 and up to 18 points is Cronenberg. An 8-point lead with 41 seconds left. Giacomo Brancato kicked outside. Right back to him, and he's going to spot up a 3. On the way, but well short, missing everything. Behind the line again. Now he's trapped in the corner with Williams on him. Turned over inside. A timeout taken. Smart play from Williams with the 8-second clock winding down.
Yeah, there's the senior leadership right there, the knowledge, the basketball knowledge.
With 18 seconds left, we'll step aside one more time and be right back after this with your HAN Game of the Week.
Get a fresh start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
Back on the HAN network, 18 seconds left in an 8-point game, and assuming the Warriors are able to gain half court here, Kev, I think most of the neutral fans heading for the exit are probably in the right position.
It's not over, Frank. 18 seconds is a lot of time in basketball. If Ward can manage to get some steals, some quick buckets, they're back in it. We'll see what happens here, see what Wilton draws up. They need to get it in quick.
I'll take another timeout here. Uncomfortable with that one. We'll stay with it. Looking ahead for Fairfield Warde, they go to New Canaan next. 3-7 Rams, but those Rams currently tied for 5th, sitting in the 8th position. A surprise start there for Coach Danny Melzer in his first year with New Canaan. Going through both divisions now. Trumbull 9-1, 5-1 in the conference, leads the West, followed by Danbury, Ridgefield, and Greenwich. Ward and Wilton tied atop the East. Darien right behind them. Then Trinity, St. Joe's, and New Canaan all sitting tied at 3-3. Of course, New Canaan holding a tiebreaker over Trinity right now following their win last week. But
yeah, both these teams don't have it that easy going to their next game. And we talked about how Wilton will go up against the Blue Wave, who are having a nice start. We talk about this Ward team going up against the Rams, who themselves having a nice start. These are New Canaan and Darien are two teams that could really spoil your season.
The next 3 games for both teams get very, very tough as they get the inbound to Matala, and he's quickly fouled.
And there's number 5.
For Ward, New Canaan, Danbury, then at Darien. For Wilton, it's Darien, Trinity, and then at the big rival, Ridgefield.
Listen, it's not an easy stretch for the Wilton Warriors. And those are 3 tough games for them. You talk about that Ridgefield game. Is that game here or is it at Ridgefield?
It is at Ridgefield,
Ooh.
And it's already starting because you can hear the student section chanting to the Ridgefield Tigers who are in attendance tonight, "We want Ridgefield."
I feel for my Tigers over there. And it's a fun rivalry, Frank. And, you know, you talk about there's just so many cool rivalries within this FCI. You got Darien, New Canaan, Ridgefield, Wilton. It's fun, and you like to see the students get involved. In the student session tonight, you know, even though I'm not a player, I still feel like I am getting fired up over here in the broadcast booth. Got to give them a lot of credit tonight.
Final 15 seconds as Parsons going to spot up one more 3. Short, no good. Wood the rebound. He will be fouled. So just a couple extra practice free throws down the stretch now. Let's go to Chris Kutzo one more time in between the benches.
Frank, I could definitely say that this one's about wrapped up here as we get free throws. And I'm going to say that Coach Gariak is pumped up. He was high-fiving everyone emphatically. Really, really pumped about this win.
Thank you, Chris. As both free throws off the mark there. And Coach Gariak said it in the pregame to us, Kevin. If they can hold the Mustangs to 60, keep them in the 60s, they're really confident that they can get a win. If it gets up into the 70s or 80s, this game is a toss-up. And once again, the Wilton defense stands tall. The Warriors move to 9-0. They are alone atop the FCIAC. What a second half as the fans storm down and want to get in on the action.
What a cool moment here at the field house. You see it right before your eyes. You know, they love their basketball here in Wilton, Frank. You know, you can just tell, and what a fun atmosphere it was tonight.
It was, without a doubt, the biggest game in program history, at least in the regular season, and a 20-point turnaround in the second half as the Warriors come away with a 10-point victory as we get set to take you down courtside with our player of the game. A lot of key moments there in that second half, and let's go now to Chris Kutzo, who's standing with John Williams.
Guys, I'm here with the HAN player of the game, Jack Williams. Jack, what's it like to have a student section, first off, that supports you guys like that?
I mean, the support was insane tonight. I mean, look at all these kids right here. I mean, that's crazy. And I mean, all the students in this crowd, I mean, it's incredible. Atmosphere was absolutely incredible.
Now, you guys really didn't play that good of a first half, but you really turned it up in the second half. What can you say did it the most in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, our defense really stepped up in the second half. We know we were conditioned, and I mean, we just worked really hard in the second half to get to our game.
Now, Coach Gariak, playing for a guy like that, what's it going to be when he just keeps a calm demeanor and keeps you guys in the game like that?
I mean, he's the best coach in the FCIAC by far, and what he's done with this program is insane. And I mean, he's just the best coach I've ever had.
All right, Jack Williams, your HAN player of the game. Enjoy the win.
All right, thank you, sir.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, John. What a great performance, Kev. Before we quickly wrap this one up, your final thoughts on both these teams tonight and where they stand now.
You know, these are two of the best teams I think we've seen so far in the FCIAC between boys basketball. We saw a great game tonight, plain simple, Frank. We saw a Fairfield Warde team that came out red hot, looking like they were going to take away this game from the get-go. Then you saw a Wilton Warriors team come back hungry in that second half. They wanted this win. They earned it, getting this big win. You talk about the player of the game, Jack Williams. You talk about that big three he hit to take the lead early on in the third quarter, their first of the game. I'm impressed with this Warriors team, Frank. Nothing to hang your head, though, if you're the Warde Mustangs. A lot that I saw that I liked. This is going to, again, two strong teams that we're going to see probably towards the end of this postseason.
A lot of fun for our first look at two teams we expect to be there at the finish. The final score again, Wilton 75 and Fairfield Warde 65. We're off tomorrow, but right back with you Monday morning at 11 a.m. for your coffee break with Kate Chaplensky, A&L with Steve and Sally at 12:30, and we will have Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock before our game of the week on Monday night. Number 1 in the conference, Richfield. Number 2, Buchanan in boys hockey. All of that to kick off your week right here on the HAN Network.